Hello, this is Mr. Wynn, and here's the Chapter 10 test review for replacement grades and retesting. First question, find the 20th term of the arithmetic sequence in which a sub 1 is 5 and d is 4. First, write the formula for the nth term of arithmetic sequence. A sub n equals a of 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Fill in what we know. We're trying to find a of 20. A sub 1 they gave us is 5. Plus parentheses 20 minus 1 times d, which is 4. We can simplify that. 5 plus 19 times 4. Could use a calculator for that. 76. So it goes 5 plus 76. Combine that to get 81. So we know the 20th term of the sequence is 81. The answer is A. Alright, number 2. Write the equation for the nth term of the sequence. -7, -2, 3, 8. So here's the formula. A sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. We gotta find, we know a1 is. a1 is the first term, which is -7. We gotta find d, the common difference. To get the common difference, use the second term minus the first term. So that's subtract negatives for adding, that's really 5. So our common difference d is 5. It should be adding 5 every time. So -7 plus 5 is -2, -2 plus 5 is 3, 3 plus 5 is 8, and so on. Fill it in. So a sub n equals -7 plus n minus 1 times 5. We're going to distribute. So -7 minus 5, that gives me plus 5n minus 5. Combine like terms. 5n, -7 minus 5 is -12. There's our equation. That answer choice is G. Number 3. Find two other means between 6 and 30. That means find two numbers in the middle of 6 and 30. Alright, for this, we know this is a sub 1, this is a sub 4. We're going to fill in the formula. So a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. We gotta find our d. So we're gonna do a sub 4 first. So a sub 4 is really a sub 1 plus 4 minus 1 times d. We know a sub 4, that is 30. 30, we know a sub 1 is 6 plus 3 times d. Subtract 6 both sides. 24 equals 3d. Divide by 3, you get d equals 8. Oops, what happened? Divide by 3, you get 8 equals d. Now we know the common difference, we're going to use it. So we're going to do 6, well, I'll do it like this. Alright, to find these two numbers, you just have to add 8 twice. So 6 plus 8 gives us this number is 14. Then we'll do it again. 14 plus 8 gives us this number 22. Then 22 plus 8 is 30, so just check out, we're good. There. So that's my answer, 1422. That is B. Alright, number 4. Alright, to find the sum of a arithmetic sequence or series, we have this formula. S of n equals n parentheses a sub 1 plus a sub n over 2. We just have to fill it in. We know a sub 1, we know a sub n. We're missing n though. So to find n, we're going to use the n term formula. A sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. We fill in what we know. We know a sub n is 17 over 2 equals a sub 1 is 3 plus n minus 1 times d. d is 1/2. Alright, so I can distribute. So let's do that. 1/2 n minus 1/2. I can, let's see, combine like terms. 17 over 2, 3 minus 1/2. That makes it 5 over 2 plus 1 over 2n. To make life easy, I'm going to multiply everything by 2 to get rid of the denominator. You're allowed to do this. You distribute every single thing. So that really makes this 17 equals 5 plus 1n. Subtract 5 both sides, n equals 12. I know there are 12 terms in this sequence, or series. Alright, so now I plug it in. So S of n is 12 times a sub 1 is 3 plus a sub n 17 over 2 all over 2. And you can type that in your calculator and you will get 69. So the sum of this series is 69J. Number 5, find the sum of this series. It is given in sigma notation. Remember, this is your K, your starting value. We have to plug it in, so let's find a sub 1. So if we do 50 minus 2 times 18, that is 50 minus 36, that's 14. We know a sub 1 is 14. Now I find a sub n. So that means I plug in this top number, 22. So I'll do it over here. 50 minus 2 times 22. That is 50 minus 44. That gives us 6. So a sub n equals 6. We need how many terms there are. Remember to find the number of terms. All I do is subtract the top from the bottom, or bottom from top. So 22. So n equals 22 minus 18 plus 1. So that's 4 plus 1. That's 5. There are 5 terms. Now that I have a sub 1, a sub n, and n, I can fill in this sum formula. So let's use blue. The sum of the series, because it's not multiplying, there's no exponents, s sub n equals n times a1 plus a n all over 2. Fill it in. So n is 5 times a sub 1 is 14 plus a sub 6 over 2. And you type that in the calculator or do it by hand. That one's pretty easy to do by hand actually. This is 5. 14 plus 6 is 20. 20 by 2 is 10. 5 times 10 gives me 50. That's the sum of this series, arithmetic series. If you notice, we're subtracting, so it's going down C. Alright, time for number 6. Find the 6th term of the geometric sequence for which a sub 1 is 4 and r is 3. So we use the nth term form for geometric sequences. So a sub n is a sub 1 times r to the n minus 1 power. We're trying to find a sub 6. So n will be 6. We're going to plug in. Well, a sub 1 is 4 times r is 3 to the n, which is 6 minus 1 power. So that's really 4 times 3 to the 5th power. You could type that in your calculator, and you'll get 972. 6th term of this geometric sequence is 972. That's G. 7. Write the equation for the term of the geometric sequence. That has negative 10, 5, negative 5 over 2, and so on. So the formula for the nth term geometric sequence is a sub n equals a sub 1 times r to n minus 1. All we need to know is a sub 1, which we have. That's the first term. That's negative 10. And we need r. To find r, the common ratio, you can do the second number divided by the first number. So 5 divided by negative 10, that reduces to negative 1/2. So that's my r. So if you notice, we're actually multiplying by negative 1/2, or you could say we're dividing by negative 2. Negative 10 divided by negative 2 is positive 5. 5 divided by negative 2 is negative 5 over 2, and so on forth. Fill this into our formula, then we're done. So a sub n equals the first term, negative 10 times r. R is negative 1/2. So n minus 1 power. That answer choice is C. Alright, now time for problem 8. Find 4 geometric means between 486 and 2. So we're trying to find 4 numbers between those two numbers, 3, 4. Alright, so we do know this is a sub 1. And there's 6 terms, so this is a sub 6. This is a geometric series, so let's use the nth term form for geometric series. That is a sub n equals a sub 1 times r to the n minus 1. Let's scoot that down. Alright, so we fill out what we know. We do know a sub 6. A sub 6, where n6 means a sub 1 times r to the 6 minus 1. Let's fill it in. A sub 6 is 2 equals a sub 1 is 486 times r to the 5th power. Alright, solve for r, we're going to divide by 486. So 2 over 46, that does reduce. I'll reduce it right now. to 1 over 243. That equals r to the 5th power. We're going to take a 5th root of both sides to get us 1 over 3 equals r. Now that we have r, we're going to use it. So to go from 46, or multiply by 1/3, or basically divided by 3, we get 162. We're going to do it again. So we're going to times 160 by 1/3 to get 54. We're going to do it again, times it by 1/3. So, or really, that's really divided by 3. That gives us 18. Times the third again, or if you want to divide by 3, your choice. That gives us 6, and we can check. If we do 6 times the third or divide 3, you get 2, which does match up, so we're good. So that's our answer. 162, 54, 18, 6. That is choice F. All right, number 9. Find the sum of the first 6 terms of the geometric series. For this problem, we have to find the sum of the first 6 terms. We could find all 6 of them and add together, but that takes too long, so let's use a formula. There's 2 sum forms for geometric series. One is if we have the first term and the number of terms, which we do. The other one's when we have the first term and the last term, which we don't have the last term. So let's use the one where the first term and the number term. So S of n goes a sub 1 minus a sub 1 times r to the n power over 1 minus r. So if I fill it in, a sub 1, the first term is 81, minus 81 times r. Do we have r? I'll put what r is. So let's find r, the common ratio. Do the second number divided by the first number. That reduces to negative 1/3. Basically, we're dividing by negative 3. Because 81 divided by negative 3 is negative 27. Negative 27 divided by negative 3 is positive 9. Positive 9 divided by negative 3 is negative 3. That's the next term. Anyways, that is our r. So times negative 1/3. To the end, there's 6 terms over 1 minus negative 1/3. Really adding. And you can type that in your calculator, see what you get. Which gives us 182 over 3. So that's the sum of this geometric series. And choice D. Alright, number 10. Find the sum of that geometric series. I know it's geometric because there's the r to n power. Alright, so we have to find the first value, initial value. Plug in 1 for n. So 4 times negative 3 to the 1 minus 1 power. Well, that's 4 times negative 3 to the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is just 1. So that's 4 times 1, which is 4. We now know a sub 1. Alright, we need to know how many terms. Or we can find the last term. I'd rather find the number of terms. That's easier. Top minus bottom plus 1. So, alright, over here. N equals 7 minus 1 plus 1. So that's 6 plus 1, which is 7. So there's 7 terms. So now we have a sub 1, a, and n. We can use the formula for the sum of a geometric series. S of n equals a sub 1 minus a sub 1 times r to the n over 1 minus r. Fill in what we have. So the sum will be the first term, 4 minus 4 times r, which is negative 3, to the n. We know n is 7, so let's plug in 7 for n. All over 1 minus negative 3, that's really 1 plus 3. You type that into your calculator, we get 2188. So the sum of the series of 7 terms, geometric series, is 2188G. Alright, number 11. Because we have the sum of the geometric series, we're going to use a sum formula. S of n equals a sub 1 minus a sub 1 times r to the n over 1 minus r. We're going to fill in what we know. The sum is 210 equals, I'm going to factor out a sub 1 because we're trying to find that. A sub 1, what's left inside would be 1 minus r. R is negative 2 to the n power. N is 6. All over 1 minus negative 2. Makes it plus 2. We're going to simplify. That makes us inside negative 63, and the bottom is 3, equals 210. I can multiply both sides by 3, or I can reduce this. That's faster. So makes 210 equals negative 21a1. Divide it by negative 21 both sides. You get negative 10 equals a sub 1. Answer is B, and I'll stop here for this video. See you in the next one.